What's up everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Strength Classroom. Today I'm going to talk about a method you can use in your workouts for when you are not feeling 100%. Okay? Now, before I get to that, there are some exercises that you are able to use a variation of the exercise you're already doing, which allows you to add more weight. Now, it could be because there's less range of motion, you're at a greater mechanical advantage, or the exercise is just easier in general. These exercises are called overloading exercises. But in this video, I'm going to talk about the opposite. I like to call them underloading exercises. Underloading exercises are when you make the lift harder so that it limits the amount of weight you are able to use and the amount of reps you are able to do in a given set. Now, what are some ways you can underload your lifts? So let's take a bench press, for example. You can vary the tempo on the exercise. So what is tempo? It's the amount of time it takes you to lift and move the weight. So what I like to do, it's a very difficult tempo, and you don't have to use this tempo, it's just an example. I call it a 3-0-3-0. So you take 3 seconds to lower the bar, do not pause on your chest, and then take 3 seconds to lift up the bar. Now, the hardest part of this exercise, believe it or not, is to lift the bar slowly up. So you are feeling every muscle contract and you are in control of the weight throughout the entire range of motion. This is a different type of strength that a lot of people do not train for. Now, the tempo I gave was just an example. You can easily do another tempo that you want. Just know that instead of just lower under control and press explosively, there are other tempos you can use to build size and strength. Another way to underload an exercise, and this goes more so for pulling motions and deadlifts, is to use thick bars. So obviously, when you're using a thicker implement, it taxes your grip and forearms and biceps more just because there's more of a demand on them. So on my Instagram, I uploaded a video of me doing chin-ups, but with a rope instead of a normal bar. And this allows you to do less reps, obviously, because there's more of a demand on different muscles. So this is great. If you want to deadlift in a certain day and you're not feeling 100% great, but you still want to get a good training effect, throw some fat grips on the bar, or if you have access to an axle bar, that's an even better option. It's going to work your grip and lessen the amount of weight you can use, so it's less stressful. Also, let's say you're deadlifting, you don't even have to use fat grips. You can, instead of under, over, or straps, just use double overhand, because no one is as strong double overhand than with either under, over, hook grip, or straps. No one, unless you have a freaky strong grip strength. Another way you could turn any exercise more difficult is to pause. Now, you don't just have to pause in the bottom or the top of the range of motion, you can pause anywhere in between. For example, you can do a lat pull down. You can pull it down halfway, pause for a second, pull it down again, pause. You could do multiple pauses. All this pausing is doing is having you to control the weight more, but you're not going to be able to use the same amount of weight. That's why this is called an underloading exercise. If you are a very strong bencher when using a close grip, maybe for that workout you use a wider grip, giving less assistance from your triceps and putting more of the emphasis on your chest if that's a weak point. This allows less weight to be on the bar, so it is overall a less stressful lift. Same thing can go with squat and deadlift. If you're normally a conventional puller, do sumo that day. If you're normally a wide stance squatter, bring your stance in. And also, you can use pauses on these lifts as well. Endless amount of combinations for how you can make this lift easier on your body, but harder to perform. Let's recap this video. Underloading exercises are a great way to get a good training effect, but yet make the exercises less stressful in general. For example, if you're doing any kind of pulling motion or deadlifting, using a fat handle is a great way to use less weight while still getting a good training effect. With any exercise that involves a barbell or even dumbbells, you can change the way you're holding the bar, you can change your stance, endless amount of variations with that. And also you can just do the same grip, same stance that you always do, just throw a different tempo into the exercise to increase the time under tension. And while doing this, you'll have to lower the weight because it's a heck of a lot more challenging. So if you like this video, please click that like button, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, share the videos with your friends if you think they'll like them as well, and as always, class is dismissed.